49, they're 50 years old. That's a pretty good innings even for a full bottle. The 69s, you must remember, were made in the year that man landed on the moon. It's a long time in the modern era. And it really is a remarkable tribute to winemakers long dead who made these wines with a view to a future they could never imagine.
Cork is a natural product, like a wooden barrel. Apart from its natural properties of elasticity, it interacts with the wine over the years. It allows the wine to age, to evolve. But cork being a natural product, it tends to deteriorate after a few decades. You've seen corks that have been in a bottle for 30, 40 years. They start getting a bit soaked. It's common practice in Europe which recork their wines after a few decades. You're basically opening a wine bottle that has been sealed for decades. So there's always the suspense of, end of the day, what you're going to get.
We play with history, that's our heritage. They come from the most precious protected vault from Distel. Might be the last 5 bottles, the last 6 bottles, the last 1 bottle. Come to me, baby. Come to daddy. Okay, it broke in the middle. There's gonna be surgery on this one. These bottles are probably the last of their kind. Some of them, that's the only one you can find in the world. We try not to be under pressure, but yes, we're perfectly aware of what we're playing with and the heritage of all South African wine industry that in the end of Distel, yes.
The wine looks in amazing condition. So we'll start by taking the capsule off. Actually, it's quite impressive. Really in great condition. We can see from here to there, cork is soaked, but one looks at the top, still dry. You have the spiral to hold the cork, and then these 2 blades will go on the sides. When we compress, we try to hold the full cork in between these 2 blades, which makes the job less risky. It's holding nicely. Sometimes the cork actually fights back, and because of the vacuum, it's just sucking it in, so it requires a bit more effort.
So immediately it's protected by the argon, which is heavier than hair.
People do have to understand that once a wine has been recorked, it's not new. It's not like putting new soles onto old shoes. They have evolved, they've reached a point where they really should be consumed sooner rather than later. So the guarantee from a consumer perspective is that everything that has been through the recorking clinic is free of cork taint, and more importantly has been selected as the best possible example of that wine and that era. And if it's well looked after, it has several years of life in it, but it doesn't have another 50 years of life in it. That would be impossible. It's now very much at the peak of maturity, and those wines should be drunk in the next 3 to 5 years in order to enjoy the quality that we've been able to sample today at the Recorking Clinic. It's been a remarkable experience tasting the older reds in half bottle. Bear in mind that a half bottle ages exponentially quicker, so you would expect wines from the 59 and 69 vintage to be long past their best. But in fact, we haven't had a single wine that is clearly over the hill, and only the best bottles have been recorked for purposes of the auction. So it's really encouraging to see how well those old timers made the wines, how well they've been preserved, and how well they've stayed and been stored, so that 50 or 60 years on, long dead winemakers have delivered to the next generation bottles that are extraordinary and bring us into contact with a long past era.
The technique that is used is exactly the same across Europe. We have a unique seal where a unique alphanumeric number is placed, and that is traceable. The bottle will also feature a cork with a unique alphanumeric number. So there will be two different numbers, which will just add another step to assure that the bottle is absolutely authentic and not a fake.
It's coming. Yes.
The experience has been amazing, and having the opportunity to go back in time and to taste a product which is probably the only consumption product that improves with time. I mean, it's fantastic.